God, my posture's really bad. I'll just wait a few minutes, see if anyone's gonna join. If not, I'll just treat this as like a tutorial type video, but in real time. Okay, I'm gonna get started, and if anyone joins, great. If not, like I said, I'll make this like a real life tutorial, real time tutorial is what I was trying to say. I'm gonna actually go for change up the base and go for mattes instead of my classic creams. I actually applied the Lily Lolo Coralista blusher the other day and I forgot how much I liked it, so I want to go and play with some more of the matte products today as opposed to my usual cream routine for the base. I am going to start off as always with the e.l.f. Halo Glow filter. Kind of act as a glowy base, a little bit I guess of a primer as well. I still like that glow. Just gonna go buff this in. Oh, what are you? See, just give me that nice glowy base for the rest of the products. Now when I say I'm going for mattes, I'm not going to set my skin because that's not what I like doing. I just mean more I'm going to use some powder products on top like blusher, bronzer, highlighter. So I'm going to go in with my Hint Beauty concealer next in the shade Fair and use this as my foundation as well as my concealer today. I have noticed they've brought out more, I don't know what happened, but they've brought out more shades of this concealer, which is good. I still think it could be a lot more extensive shade range, but they have seemed to have kind of started to grow it. Ooh, I'm going to use the product again, but this time an actual concealer. Just go under the eyes, a little bit around the nose so I get some redness around there, and then I'll go across on the blemishes on my cheeks as well. And then I'm just going to stipple it onto the chin area just to give the most coverage on those blemishes. Although my skin's not doing too badly actually, so that's good. Okay, so I'm moving on to the powder products. So like I said, I'm not setting the skin, I'm keeping it kind of glowy, but I just want to go over it with a bit more matte products. And I don't have an issue with not setting my skin and going on top with powder products. I think just by using a light hand, it kind of really works well. So I'm actually going to start off with the Sculpt and Glow contour kit. I'm just going to lightly bronze up my skin. I don't really tend to use much bronzer in the winter time. It's more in the summer, but even in the summer I tend to just mainly use blusher. It's kind of, I prefer blusher over bronzer, I think, these days. I'm just going to do a light bit of warming up around the perimeters of the face. And yeah, I'm using circular motions as well. I just find that helps if you're going on top of unset skin with powder products. It kind of works quite well. Okay, I'm going to go in with actually highlighter next. Now this is quite an intense highlighter, but I fancied something a bit more kind of shimmery and intense on the skin. So it's the Ether Beauty in Pure Diamond Dust. It is a little bit shimmery, which isn't usually my favourite. I do prefer more the ones that have like no shimmer, no glitter, and just a real nice glow to the skin, natural glow. But I quite fancy something a bit more intense. So I'm going to take this on a fluffy brush. And I'm going to hit the high point. So you can see that is much more intense than I usually go. I quite fancied it today. I'm just going to buff that into the skin. I take some across here. Oh, that's probably a bit too much. What I'll do is I'll go in with the other powder brush and diffuse that in. I'll just pop some down, centre my nose. Excuse me. And then what I'll do is actually I'll use the blusher. Actually for the top bit I'll just go back in and just buff that in a bit more. Actually might take a bit of my foundation brush just to tone that down. The cheeks I don't mind, but I think I've gone a bit too heavy up there. And then what I'm going to do is then go blusher on top. So this is the Coralista blusher, Lily Lolo. And I think it's quite nice, especially with something a bit more intense, to either do the highlighter first, then go in bronzer and blusher, or at least do blusher after highlighter, because I think it just diffuses that a bit more. And again, I'm using circular motions because obviously I haven't set my skin. But it's a really pretty colour. Okay, so that's the skin portion done. Like I said, I want to do something a bit different and we go with more of the matte products, the powder products. So that's what I've done. So I'm going to move on to the brows. Now, obviously the palette I'm using today for my eyes is going to be the Rose Metals palette. I've already done kind of on my first try using this shade here, Haze, beautiful shade. But I'm toying between kind of the rosy tones and then slightly deeper tones. So I haven't decided which route I want to go down just yet, but in the meantime I'm going to fill in my brows. ABH powder as always. I'm just going to go ahead and fill those in. Very quickly fill them in like that, and then I will go in a second with the Kosas Airbrow Gel just to diffuse and soften that slightly. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to take the Kosas Brow Gel. What's left? It's kind of, I am starting to run out of this, so I do need to get some more. I'm going to pop this through the brows. Actually, let's diffuse it out much more. It's brought some hairs back to life. I can kind of easily shape the brow with this as well. Something like that. Okay, so I'm going to prep and prime the eyes using my Lily Lelo eye primer, as I always do. And then I need to make up my mind whether I want to go rosy tones or go much deeper and smokier with the eyes. So I'm thinking I probably want to go deeper, but I will do a video soon because yeah, I've got these nice rosy tones here which I think would look really nice. There's like a little soft look, but I'm kind of feeling this olive green over here and a slightly more grey deep shimmer, so I think this is kind of the quad area that I'm going to go for. Still going to add a bit of warmth in it with this shade, but yeah, this is the quad that I want to go for. And I think actually Sunrose and Nova will go really pretty together as well. So I'm going to start off with a blending brush. I'm going to go in with Noble first, this one here. Just coat my brush. And I'm going to pack this onto the outer portion of my lid. I'm going to take it just above the crease, so slightly. Just using patting motions so it gives me the most pigment to begin with. And of course I will go in and blend it out afterwards. I tell you what, I can't believe we're very close to December now. This year has just whizzed by, in my opinion. A lot of things have changed this year as well. Moved house, got a new job which is going very, very well. And next year will hopefully be even better in terms of work, and we're trying to, next year's like a month of savings, so hopefully by the end of next year we'll start the process of looking for actually to buy a house. And yeah, it gives us time this year to kind of save for deposit and research mortgages and all that fun adult stuff. Trying to find which brushes might actually clean because that would be handy. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the shade Sunrose now on a slightly fluffier brush to start to blend that shade out. So I'm gonna go kind of just on top of that shade Noble and then just above to start the blend process. Add some warmth. I'm going to bring it into the crease area as well. Okay, so I think it's time to definitely start blending this out now. Okay. I'm going to actually take one of the ABH brushes that I've got from a previous palette. I'm not going to add any product for now. I'm just going to start going over these edges to try and really soften them. And you can see they pretty much soften immediately, which I love. See, that was nice and easy just to blend out the eyes. Okay, I am going to dip into a few because I do want to use Heavenly on my little brush, fluffy brush, and just ever so slightly hit the brow bone. Not too much because it is kind of very glittery, but just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to do the lower lash line as well. So I'm going to take Noble to begin with, like I did previously. I'm going to use the other side of this brush, nice shading brush, and pop that underneath there. I realised in the last live I also did a kind of olive green look, so I might more focus on the like darker grey shade instead. Maybe just a pop of the olive. Okay, taking the fluffy end, going in with some rose, but not as much as I took the first time, and just start using that just to buff out that shade. See, something like that, a nice smoke actually. I'm going to take a bit more of Noble on this side. I really like it when a palette like this is set up really well because actually it makes the whole process much quicker. I'm not someone, I love doing makeup obviously and stuff, but I'm not someone who spends hours and hours on one look like a lot of people do. I can do if it's like a bit more creative and stuff, but I like a palette and shadows that make it really easy, quick, but effective. So this will look nice and smoky. It all's blending really nicely. So the end result is going to be really nice, but it's nice and quick at the same time, which I really kind of appreciate. So yeah, I'm going to take Nocturne now, which kind of is multi-dimensional. This one here is grey, but it's probably not the best because I'm using my phone. It's probably not the best to see, but it's got hints of other bits. It's almost like a grey silver. I'm going to try it on my finger. Yeah, it's quite a deep shade, which I think will go quite nicely. I'm actually going to focus this more on the kind of centre to outer portion. Don't want it too deep in the middle, in the inner, sorry. And I might add a little bit of that kind of Nova shade because I do love a good olive green. It's kind of got that hint of gold to it, which I love. Okay, I'm going to go and blend that out in a second, but I just want to get that initial shade down with the finger. Okay, I'm just going to pick it up. I'm actually going to pick it up on the fluffy brush. So that way I can blend, but also diffuse it a bit more into the crease without adding too much more product there. That's nice. Okay. And then the same with the other eye. Okay, I'm actually going to take a bit more Sunrose just to make sure those two are nice and blended together. I think that's lovely. I'm really happy I got this palette. This is fast becoming one of my favourite palettes to play with. I've done a couple other looks since my first impressions with it, and I've really enjoyed just using this in general. I think it's, yeah, one that I'm going to get a lot of use out of to come as well in future looks. I'm going to take Nocturne again. I'm just going to take a little bit along the lower lash line. I'm going to keep it quite tight to the lash line, just to add a bit of depth there. And then on the shading side, I'm going to then take a little bit of Nova. And oh, there is a little bit of fallout with this one. I'm going to pop it into the inner corner and then merge it into Nocturne. So you've got a hint of the olive green right in that inner corner. And then take the other side of the brush just to make sure the edge is blended. It's going to give it a multi-dimension, the kind of grey to the greeny gold. But it's not too much. I still had these brushes from, I think this is probably one I got from either Modern Renaissance palette from ABH or their Riviera. And they're kind of the very few palette brushes that actually are really, really, really good. Like I find this so useful, having like the flat end, like the packing the shade on, getting right in the crease, the lower lash line, and then flipping it to this lovely fluffy brush, which really does blend out the shades nicely. There's very few palettes do that. Right. Oh, it's on the floor. I'll use a different brush then. Actually, I do have two of those somewhere, but I don't know where it is. Anyway, I'm going to take a little flat brush like this. I'm going to pop something in the corner, but I'm actually going to dive back into the highlighter instead. And take some of Pure Diamond in the inner corner. I'm going to try not to take too much because I don't need it to be the focus here. Just something just to brighten in there. Okay, so I am actually going to, I think I need to add a little bit more concealer under my eyes. So going back in with the Hint Beauty on my concealer brush. And we're just gonna brighten up this inner corner a little bit more because I want quite a dark eye. I just want to make sure this inner portion is nice and light. It doesn't look too dark with the rest of the look. I'm tidying up a little bit as well. Oh, I've lost my fluffy brush on the floor, don't I? Oh no. Okay, that brush may have a different shade on. Hang on. Oh, okay. Okay, I am very happy with this look. I'm going to go ahead and add some mascara. I always think I get fallout here and it's not, it's just a cluster of freckles. But every time I catch it, I'm like, oh, have I got a bit of fallout? Nope, nope, just the freckles. Clumped together. Anyway, mascara, Lily Lola Big Lash, just to load up those lashes. I tell you what, mascara really does pull a look together. And next week for videos, I've got the last two kind of installments of the Keeping It Neutral series. They kind of ended up back to back, but hopefully enjoy. The wing liner one will come, or the wing shadow look will come on Tuesday, and then the slightly more editorial, slightly more creative neutral looks will come on Friday. So yeah, kind of back to back looks at that series, but I hope you've been enjoying it. I've got kind of a couple of ideas if people do want the series to continue. Probably won't be until the new year now, but a couple of little ideas for it, which I kind of do mention in the last episode, so you have to make sure you watch that one. Okay, let's just load up the lower lash line. Am I actually in focus? I don't know if I can. Nope. I need Jamie to show me how I can log up or link up my actual camera when doing a live, just so it's that little bit clearer. Okay, and I've got a little bit of mascara up here, which I'll just brush away. We're all good that side. Okay, so I had two lip choices. Had I gone with the rosy tones, I was going to go for like a bit more of a pinky nude lip, so like Green Canary, Pink Canyon and My Whisper, but I'm going to go for a bit more of a nude lip. So I've got Sandstone and then Clear from Lily Lolo, but I am going to line my lips first with the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. Well, thank you, Melissa. Okay, so Pillow Talk. Okay, bear with me 2 seconds. Just wanna. Is there a way of me doing it? No, okay, hang on. Sorry, bear with me just 2 seconds. Oh, thank you very much, Melissa. That's very kind of you. Yeah, the palette is definitely really pretty, and like I said, I'm getting so much use out of it, and I think I will do it. It just blends really well together. It's kind of get quite nice light tone, like light looks, and then darker looks, neutral looks, shimmery looks. So yeah, thank you very much for that. Okay, so on to Pink Canyon. Nope, that was not the one I was going to go for. On to Sandstone. So yeah, it's just a bit more of a nude, peachy nude. Okay, and then we're going to top off with the clear lip gloss. Just add a bit of shine. Oh, there's a brush hair there. Oh no, Lily Lolo is offering you early access to the Lily Lolo Black Friday sale. That is dangerous. And very coincidental, as I'm using Lily Lolo right now. That just popped up on my screen, notification. Okay, so this is the look complete. So I chose to go more the dark smoky eye route instead of the more rosy tones. But I'll definitely use kind of the rosier tones soon. Just I think, yeah, really pretty. But I wanted to go dark, I wanted to go smoky, and I really love how this look turned out. So I really hope you enjoyed it too. I promise one day I'll get Jamie to help me with setting up my proper camera for this, just so it's just kind of, you can see it clearer, because I feel like I'm not really in focus and it doesn't really show up very well on my phone. But I really hope you enjoyed this video and enjoyed the look. Thank you so much for watching. Leave requests for future videos down below and what you would like to see from me. Obviously we're coming to Christmas soon, well, or the festive spirit season, depending on what you celebrate, or I guess if you don't celebrate at all. But I will be doing more party looks in general, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I'll see you all in my next video. Thanks for watching.